and welcome back. We are talking about sales mistakes in this module. We are hitting all of these different topics in our How to Get More Patients and Clients course, and this one is just another great topic of something that people do all the time to sabotage their sales process. This is a huge sales mistake, and it is rushing the sale. So I know I'm guilty of it, especially when time is crunched. Oftentimes we'll rush the sale, or when we're really not confident.
Yeah.
So tell us more about how we can not rush the sale and what rushing the sale means.
Yeah, so rushing the sale basically is when you're either not confident what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
so you kind of have anxiety and you speed through things that you shouldn't speed through, like
Right.
not asking them their goals or questions, or clearly defining what it is that they're there for.
Yeah.
The other thing is being too impatient of going judging people too fast. So looking at them and going, oh, this person looks broke. So yeah, this just costs this much and you can get out of here.
Right.
And what happens is you can end up rushing the sale and missing out on a lot of money just by not asking questions, taking your time.
Right.
Another huge hole is you ever get a referral and you're like, oh, this person's sold. So instead of actually going through the same process, you just go, yeah, it's this much money.
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay, well, let me think about it. And then you're kind of like, well, what happened?
I thought they were sold. Yeah.
But just because someone refers someone to you doesn't mean that you bypass the sales process. You actually still need to go through the fundamentals. It's just like playing like a sport, right? If you play basketball, making a layup is the same. You have to go in and make the layup. You can't just suddenly just go, you know what, just go ahead and put 2 points on the board. You know what I mean? I don't need to do this whole process of dribbling the ball and putting it through the hoop. Just go ahead and throw 2 points on there.
Right.
So don't rush through the sale by forgetting to ask questions, demonstrating the value they have to offer, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. No, just watch March Madness and you'll understand how much that finishing a layup is important, right? What a critical concept, though, that we can't assume and make those assumptions about where people are at in the sales process. We really have to go through that with every single person. Otherwise, if we shortcut in any way, we often, even if they do buy, they often aren't as bought in to the concept as they want to be, as we want them to be. And that way, we find that we get a lot of drop-offs later. We get a lot of people that back out later because they didn't really go through that sales process. So they didn't have those emotions and those feelings and those questions answered. And really they didn't come to that conclusion on their own that this really is the best solution for them, right? Yep. They may have just closed early because they were in a hurry or because they have the money. They don't know how to say no. Some people don't know how to say no.
And then they have the buyer's remorse, and now they resent you as they come in.
Right.
I bought this thing. I don't even know what I bought.
Right.
And then now you're the bad person. Right.
Right. And that question of I don't even know what I bought, that tells you right off the bat, if they don't understand what they bought, you did not sell them well enough. You did not help them to make that decision on their own. You just kind of pressured them into saying yes. Yeah. And so not a great way to sell. And so especially on keeping people committed to whatever that plan is that you set up with them, super important not to rush the sale, to make sure you take every single person through that sales process.
Exactly. So rushing through the sale is also thinking past the present moment. So thinking about what you're gonna do later versus actually listening and going, okay, and being present. That's also rushing the sale. So you could mechanically go through all the process and take the same amount of time. But if you're thinking too far past the whole thing, not actually being present, or you're just going through the motions, that's also rushing the sale, because although you spent the time to do it, you didn't really spend the time. You were just mechanically going through the motions. So don't rush past the sale, because typically it hurts you in the long run. Customers won't buy as much. They won't stick around as much. They may even resent you.
Right. Yeah, and that's the worst thing you can do to your business, is have them really have a negative impression of your business. That's not going to help them refer other people to you. There's so many things that you can get out of one patient. Besides upsells, referrals, recurring visits, they may come back to you later, all these things that you can get from these patients or clients. by making sure that that sales process the very first time goes smoothly and you really kill it for them, knock it out of the box in terms of helping them buy into what you're trying to do. That's a critical piece. And so thanks so much, Greg,
Yeah.
for explaining why rushing the sale just sabotages everything we're trying to do. Join us in our next module. That'll be a great one. We're going to talk about mastering the sale. So join us there, and we'll see you then.
Yeah.